Okay, this video is for, okay, I forgot the name, but I'm already filming, so I'm just gonna run it back. This video is for you, right? This is for you. You got cut from the team, no worries, right? When one door closes, 1 billion open. What you didn't do is you didn't make it easy. You wanna make it easy for coaches, or not even coaches. What you wanna do is demonstrate to yourself that you're effectively, you could be one of the best players on the field, but if the players or coaches around you, or even people watching, if they can't pick you out of the whole group, then a coach is gonna have a hard time selecting you to be on the team. So this is what I want you to do next time you go to a practice. Show up as early as possible, all things being considered. Like, ideally you want to be there before the coaches are there, because then you can, what you can do is start to become, right, you almost want to, what are you trying to do? You kind of want to get into a zen mindset, and you want to kind of get into your flow state, and that, not that will take an hour to do, or, you know, you could get into that state of mind in one breath, but the whole point is that, you know, you could get 1,000 touches rotating between different size balls, and almost do put yourself through a mini training session, so that anyone watching will say, wow, I don't know who this kid is, but I want them on my team. Maybe, right, from the moment you step on the field, you're not only your presence, but your ability to warm yourself up, your ability to communicate with others, your even how you're dressed, right? They say don't judge a book by its cover. Every single person on earth judges people by their covers, because that's all you have, right? It's what you're wearing, what you say, and so, not that, you know, I'm not saying, like, if you show up to a tryout and you're wearing overalls, and you're gonna, and they say, okay, everyone warm up, and you're dressed wearing overalls and you have basketball shoes on, you could be one of the best players in the world, but the chances that you're you know, dressed, you're unprepared to play, shows that maybe you might not be the best fit, right? I wouldn't show up to you don't want to show up to basketball practice wearing cleats on a hardwood floor, right? That just doesn't make sense. So what you do want to do is get to the field early and keep the ball up, get into a nice juggling rhythm, get your rhythm down. Ideally you have a kick trainer, getting a lot of touches with a kick trainer. You're basically showing everyone that you're nice with the rock. If you're nice with the rock, then you will be selected. Also, you want to kind of be encouraging, and you want to be fun with the people around you, right? If I'm coaching a team, I want to see that there's some natural chemistry between my players, and the player who's either moping or like on the bench, and their attitude or their play or their presence is negative energy, right? If you have negative energy, I don't want you on my team. So you got to make it easy for the coaches to say, okay, Randy is fun, he's excited, he's enthusiastic. Coaches say, oh, you know, something you hear is like, oh, I don't have a favorite, like parents, they'll say, I don't have a favorite son or favorite daughter. That might or might not be true, but there are certainly some qualities that you like some of your children to have over others, right? You want to be not a kiss ass, right? You don't want to like bring the coaches bagels and coffee. Like, I would rather have a player who's very good and who's dedicated to getting better. So you actually want to show the coaches that even if you make the team or not, that you're still that you're dedicated to the joy of playing, right? You want to be better tomorrow for yourself, and that if they see that you're dedicated, so let's say it's a 3-day tryout, and each day of the tryout you show up an hour early, and you're getting 1,000 touches plus with the ball, rotating between a tennis ball and 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5 ball, and maybe a football, like a literal American football. If I see that player who's committed, who's taking a time out of their day to show up early to practice, on time, well dressed, with great energy, it's going to be hard to say no to you. So you want to just make it easy, an easy decision for the coach to say, Randy looks great, he's got great energy, and I want to see what he does for my team. And you said that you're playing, you wanted to play right back and they put you at left back. You could still excel. At that tryout if you just demonstrate your ability to make great decisions. You want to be calm on the ball. You want to give great feedback. You want to get the names of all the players around you. So if you're at right back, you want to get the name of the goalkeeper, the central, one of the defenders who's right next to you, the center midfielder who's closest to you. So now you're starting to build this. Right, that's your teammates. You got to communicate with them. And if Billy doesn't know that you're a good option for him because he hasn't checked his shoulders, you want to say, "Hey, Billy, ball me, right? Ball me." You want that ball because you want to, help your team keep that ball and advance it up the field so you can, capitalize on an opportunity. So, this kid, he used to play in PDA, and he would show up an hour early for practice and juggling for an hour before practice. And then there was a story someone told me of him that someone on the other team was like, "Oh, you fucking suck," and they're like, "I bet you're not even going to college next year," or something like that. Or it's like, "Oh, I bet you're not getting recruited," and he's like, "I'm getting a full ride to Harvard." And the kid was like, just silence, right? Just silence. It's like, I'm not saying that Harvard's the best team in the United States, but it's we beat them. I think my junior or my senior year, I think Ross Morrison header 1-0, I believe. I've actually emailed the Harvard coaches. I don't think they want me a coach there. But just you got to show your joy and dedication to the ball and becoming a better person and a better player to your coaches, and make it easy for them to recognize that, right? And some simple principles, right? Like when you're defending, you want to condense and shift towards your goal, and when you're attacking, you want to spread wide. You want to spread wide and open up passing and attacking lanes, and then just keep the ball. You want to keep the ball, and then you can, if the opportunity is ripe, you want to show them that you're a defenseman. Even if you're playing in defense, you can do some overlapping runs, slingshot yourself up the field with the ball, whipping a nice cross, or just beat the player up the line off the corner and just take it to the hole and friggin' dunk it. So you gotta you should just focus on getting better every day. You want to read the book Atomic Habits by James Clear. You want to read the book Effortless by Greg McEwen. Those two books will help you create this lens of improving, a lens at which you'll start to recognize in your life that little incremental changes over long periods of time, right? Like I'm 10 years out from playing D1 college soccer. And the most profound and I've learned the most life-changing soccer training things in the past 6 months. It's like I thought I knew how to play soccer when they said I was going to be, right? Like my older brother would joke with me that I was going to be co-captain of the varsity soccer team as an incoming freshman, just because the high school varsity coach had seen me play growing up and knew that I was a high caliber player. So you just want to play a little bit every day. You want to make your joy, develop a joyful, effortless practice, and bring a ball with you everywhere, and just take a perpetual soccer vacation and turn this world into your soccer oyster, right? You want to become the ball and just bring joy with you everywhere. And any player who likes to juggle or likes to play soccer will come up to you, right? The ball, bringing a ball with you signals that you're ready to interact with other ballers. So also you want to be humble. You want to start asking, let's say you play against someone who's really good, you want to ask them, "Hey man, I love your skills, can you show me that move?" That's one thing I regret not asking my competitors to teach me something, or just genuinely be curious about how they learned what they learned. And you also want to seek out high-level players, right? Like I drove halfway across the country just to train at Westside Barbell with the late Louis Simmons, and it was one of the best decisions I've ever made in my life, just because you get to interact and see what high-level weight training is all about. So there's this phrase, it's called soccer diamonds in your backyard. There might be a karate studio, kickboxing, Pilates, gymnastics, aerobics, even ballet and gymnastics, right? American football players back in the day, they used to be forced to take ballet and gymnastics. So, don't discount your ability to right, in your town, in your local community, there might be a local track coach. There's probably the chance that the community or the region you're living in, there's X high-level players living very close to you that you could reach out for some great training, even get some insights, right? Just say, can you point me in the right direction, or can you steer me clear of some potholes that might, what's something that most players think is good training, but the highest level players know is not? Or this is my training routine, could you make it a little bit better? So you want to be curious, because if you learn, right, Zlatan Ibrahimovic, kickboxer, Cristiano, he posts about Pilates, he shows, he does Pilates, right? So these are signals. Success leaves clues. So you want to reach out, either literally or figuratively. You could say, okay, if I'm Cristiano Ronaldo, just watch his training, or just watch, if you have like Benzema, or you're like Mbappe, or like Messi, just watch as much training they're training as a youth, or they're training now, and just start to emulate what do the greats do. And you gotta be curious. Muhammad Ali, he would write letters to the best boxing coaches and to the best people in the best trainers, and say, I want to be the best in the world, and I would like to come meet you. And he not only did he pursue excellence, but he was devoted, right, as a combination of hard work, trained 6 days a week all day, and humility. He was bold and brave enough to go reach out to coaches and say, hey, I want to get better. What can I help you? I'm dedicated. Can you help me? Right? So there's this combination of hard work and devotion that I think if you emulate that, you could have a joyful life and play a lot of soccer, and maybe even get paid for it. So reach out with any questions, and I hope this helps. All right, thank you.